Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. This is topic 3 for ACC 407 and its equivalent courses. Okay, so the title for topic 3 is Accounting Equation and Accounting Classification. And under this topic 3, there are 5 subtopics, which are number 1, Statement of Financial Position Format and its Elements. Number 2, Basic Accounting Equation. Number 3, Effects of Transactions on the Basic Accounting Equation. Number 4, Expanded Accounting Equation. And number 5, Effects of Transaction on the Expanded Accounting Equation. At the end of this topic, you should be able to identify the components or elements in the statement of financial position and then relate them with the accounting equation. So let's look at subtopic 1, which is the statement of financial position format and its elements. So this is the format of the statement of financial position, or sometimes we call it SOFP in short, right? So the statement started with the name of the business. Okay, we start with the name of the business, followed by the name of the statement, which is Statement of Financial Position as at, and then here you put the closing date. The common closing date for the business is, for example, 31st December, okay, every year. And in the statement of financial position, okay, there are 3 elements actually presented in this statement. So the first element is asset, followed by the equity, and finally the liabilities. Okay, all right. But the assets are to be divided into 2 categories, which are non-current asset and current asset. Okay, for the equity, we have 3 components under the equity section, honest equity section. Started with capital, and then add net profit or less net loss, and then less drawing. So the amount of the net profit or net loss comes from the statement of profit or loss. So how do we derive at the net profit or loss? Is by deducting expenses from the income. If income is more than expenses, then you have a profit. If income less than expenses, then you have loss. Okay, so profit will increase the owner's equity, while loss decrease. Okay, will decrease the owner equity. Okay, all right. And then for the liabilities, similar to asset, we are going to divide into 2 categories, which are non-current liabilities and current liabilities. All right, for the items under each of these asset and also liabilities section, okay, they are however different from one business to another business depending on the assets and liabilities that they have. Okay, so that's why I have noted here that the items are for illustration purpose only. It could be different from one business to another business. Okay, all right, next. Okay, according to the conceptual framework MASB 2018, the elements of financial statements are number 1, asset, liabilities, and equity, which represent the financial position of the business, and B, income and expenses, which represent the financial performance of the business. Okay, for the reporting purpose, asset, liabilities, and equity, which represent the financial position, will be presented in the statement of financial position, while for income and expenses, which represent the financial performance of the business, will be presented in statement of profit or loss. In summary, there are 5 elements of the financial statements, which are asset, owner's equity, liabilities, income, and expenses. Okay, asset is simply defined as economic resources. Owner equity represent the owner's claims against the business asset, while the liabilities represent the non-owner's claim against the business asset. Okay, as we can see in the statement of financial position, okay, the statement of financial position actually separated into 2 sections. Okay, the first one is where you get a sum or total of asset. Okay, and then at the bottom of the statement of financial position, we have total equities and liabilities. So the amount of total equities and liabilities actually is showing the amounts of owners and non-owners claims against the asset above. Alright, okay. Okay, while income and expenses shows changes in economic resources, okay, and claims reflecting the financial performance. Okay, so income and expenses show changes in the economic resources and claims, right? Okay, so let's look at the breakdown of the elements of the financial statements in the statements, okay, in the financial statements. Okay, when you present in the statement of financial position or when you present them in the statement of profit or loss, we actually further divide the asset, liabilities, income and expenses into another categories. Okay, all right. Okay, for example here for the asset we have non-current asset and current asset. Okay, for the non-current asset, we can divide into tangible non-current asset, intangible non-current asset, and also the investment. And non-current asset is actually referring to the asset that we are going to use for more than one accounting period, while for the current asset, those are the assets to be used within 1 year. Okay, and then for the owner equity, as I explained previously, okay, there are three components or three main components of owner's equity, okay, which are capital, profit or loss, and drawings. Okay, so loss and drawings actually will reduce the amount of owner's equity, while the capital and also the profit will increase the owner equity. Okay, but if it is a withdrawal of capital, that will also decrease the owner equity. Okay, for the liabilities, we divide into non-current liabilities and current liabilities depending on the repayment period for the liabilities. If it is more than 1 year, then we classify as non-current liabilities. If it is to be paid within 1 year, okay, to be repaid within 1 year, that falls under current liabilities. Okay, and then these three elements, again, are presented in the statement of profit or, are presented in the statement of financial position. Okay, another two elements, okay, the first one is the income and the other one is expense. Okay, for the income, the main income of the business comes from the sales. Okay, so we are going to present sales in the statement of, okay, for these two, we are going to present in the statement of profit or loss. So in the statement of profit or loss, we can see the item sales, and these sales can be reduced by sales return or return inwards if any. Okay, and then it can also be reduced by sales discount, or we call it as discount allowed. Okay, for the other income received by the business, for example, okay, because your business may also receive other income such as the rental income, investment income, dividend income, interest income, commission income, and other types of income, all of that will fall, okay, all of those will fall under other income. All right, okay, for the expenses, okay, of course we have different types of expenses, but the main expenses for the business is the cost of sales. Okay, under cost of sales, we have one main expense, which is purchase. Similar to income, purchase also can be reduced by purchase return and also can be reduced by purchase discount or discount received, while the other expenses which we spend or expense to support the day-to-day operation of the business, okay, those will fall under operating expenses or other expenses. Okay, and then these expenses vary from one business to another business depending on their business activities, depending on their business nature. Okay, all right, so let's look at the definition of asset. So asset is a present economic resource. A present economic resource meaning that something that you currently own at the moment, okay, controlled by the entity. Okay, controlled by the entity meaning that you own the thing. You have the right to use the thing that you acquired, that you purchase, that you construct, okay, or maybe you exchange with another business entity. Okay, as a result of past event is in what way that you acquire the asset, in what way that you have control over the asset. Okay, is it due to you purchase the items, okay, or you construct the items, or you exchange the items. Okay, so it is something that you own, okay, and you have right over it because you purchase in the past, or because you receive in the past, or because you construct in the past. Okay, and then that thing, that economic resource, okay, that thing that you own, okay, has the potential to produce economic benefit, has the potential to produce economic benefit, meaning that you can use that thing that you acquired, okay, to give you, it allows you to earn money, or maybe it allows you to cut the cost. Okay, whatever that is considered as a benefit that brings the economic benefit. Economic benefit does not necessarily meaning that there's an increase in the income. It can also be due to the decrease in the expenses. Okay, that can be considered as economic benefits. Okay, so a present economic resource controlled by the entity as a result of past event that has the potential to produce economic benefit. So that definition is for the asset. And like I said previously, asset can be divided into two categories, which are non-current asset and current asset. For the non-current asset, okay, it means asset or something that you bought not for resale but to be used in business operation and has estimated useful life of more than 1 year. So if you bought any items not for resale but to be used in your business operation. Okay, for example, if you acquire a building, it is not for resale but to be used by the business as a business office, or as a business production department, or maybe as a warehouse, okay, to be used by the business, and it is to be used for more than 1 year, then that items can be considered as an asset under the category of non-current asset. Okay, for the non-current asset, it has its own categories, which are tangible non-current asset, meaning that the asset with physical substance. And then we have intangible non-current asset, meaning that non-current asset with no physical substance. And then we have the last one, long-term investment. We have short-term investment, but the one that falls under non-current asset, okay, is long-term investment. Okay, this investment means sum of money that you place in other organization with the expectation of getting returns. For example, you invest, your business invest in shares with the hope that you receive dividend income. Okay, or maybe you acquired, your business acquired debentures with the hope to receive the interest income. So those are examples of investments. Okay, so these are the list, okay, for the examples of non-current asset. Okay, for the tangible non-current asset, we have, for example, lands, buildings, plant, machinery, equipment, motor vehicle, fixtures and fittings, and furniture. And then for intangible non-current asset, we have, for example, patents, trademark, license, and goodwill. And the last one for the investment, long-term investment, and then fixed deposit with a maturity period of more than 1 year. If it is less than 1 year, then it falls under current asset. Okay, so current asset that are either cash or can be converted into cash within 1 year. For example, closing inventory, account receivables, short-term investment, cash at bank, cash in hand. So current asset consists of mostly cash, okay, cash at bank or cash in hand, and also other asset that can be converted into cash. For example, closing inventory. So at the end of the year, okay, you are going to count whatever inventory that you have, okay, and then they are to be recorded as closing inventory. And this closing inventory, when you enter the new accounting period, okay, they are going to sell this inventory. Okay, so if they are able to sell this inventory, they are going to convert, okay, the inventory into cash. Okay, they're going to convert inventory into cash. However, if the inventory is sold on credit, then that inventory will turn into account receivable. Okay, and then account receivable, depending on credit term, will make a payment accordingly after that, meaning that there will be the time when the account receivable, the debtors are going to make the payment, meaning that we are going to convert this account receivable into cash. And the term usually, the credit term usually are within the credit terms are usually within 1 year. So that's why when we classify the account receivable, it is put under current asset because we expect to receive the payment from our debtors or account receivable within 1 year. Okay, depending on credit term. So you have to refer to the invoice. Okay, what are the credit terms stated in the invoice? It could be within 30 days, it could be within 60 days, 45 days, 90 days, or 120 days, and not more than that. All right, usually not more than that. Okay, okay. So next, the owner equity. Okay, for the owner equity, equity is the residual interest, the balance in the asset of the entity after deducting all its liability. Then that amount represents the amount of equity that belongs to the owner of the business, but only after we deduct all the liabilities. Okay, and then equity also represent the owner's supplied funds. Okay, the amount of equity in the statement of financial position, it represents the owner's supplied fund to the business or the amount of financing by the owner itself. Okay, and the amount of equity may increase due to profits earned by the business, or it also may increase due to additional capital throughout the business year. Additional capital. Okay, and the amount of equity may decrease due to loss made by the business, or due to the drawing made by the owner, or due to withdrawal of capital. Okay, what is a drawings? Drawings is the amount of cash or other asset took by the owner for personal use. So if you took something, you as the business owner, if you took something from your business, you have to record. It can be either cash or any items from the business, okay, from your stock, for example. So you need to record the amount of your if let's say, for example, if you took goods, and then what is the cost of the goods that you took, you have to record. Okay, and then you are going to include that in the account drawings. Okay, in the drawings accounts. Okay, and then at the end of the year, when we prepare the statement of financial position, we are going to show drawing as a deduction against the total amount of the owner's equity. All right, next. Okay, so in short, this is the owner's equity component, which consists of capital, profit or loss, and drawing. And then as we can see, okay, profit will be added to the capital, while the loss will be deducted against the capital, and then minus the drawings, because drawings at all times are going to reduce the amount of owner equity. Okay, okay. Next, the liabilities. Liabilities is defined as a present obligation of the entity to transfer an economic resources as a result of past event. Meaning that to transfer an economic resources, our economic resources, what does it mean by economic resources? Asset. Okay, so to transfer asset, okay, to another entity as a result of past event. For example, if you took a loan, okay, you have an obligation to repay the loan in the future. So when we make the repayment of the loan, we are going to use our cash, either cash in hand or cash at bank. Okay, but that cash is an asset. So we are going to transfer an economic resources to another entity. We have the obligation to transfer asset, okay, as a result of past event, because you took the loan, you agree to the contract, you agree to the agreement made by the bank if it is from the bank, okay, if the loan comes from the bank, okay, and we agree to make a repayment in the future. Okay, liabilities also represent the funds supplied by external parties to the business. So there are two types of liabilities. Number one is the non-current liabilities and the other one is the current liabilities. Okay, so how they differ from one another? It is differ by the period of repayment. If it is to be paid more within 1 year, then it falls under current liabilities. If they are not repaid within 1 year, meaning that more than 1 year, okay, then the liabilities will fall under the categories of non-current liabilities. So these are examples of the liabilities. For non-current liabilities, common examples are long-term bank loan and long-term mortgage. Okay, for the current liabilities, we have common examples such as account payables and also bank overdraft. Okay, for the income, it means increases in asset or decrease in liabilities that result in increase in equity, other than those relating to the contribution from holders of equity claims. Okay, so for the income, here, right? So income also will result in increase in equity. Okay, we actually have discussed this one previously in the components of equity. Okay, so let's look at again the definition of equity and the explanation of equity. All right. Okay, so we have this, we can see it clearer here. Okay, capital, owner equity components are capital plus profit or loss minus drawing. Okay, so how do we get this amount of profit or loss? Okay, we get this amount of profit or loss from the statement of profit or loss where we present the income and expenses. Okay, so if income is more than expenses, then you have a profit. If income is less than expenses, then you have a loss. Okay, but indirectly we can see that, okay, income indirectly will increase the owner's equity while expenses will decrease the owner's equity. Okay, so income will result in increase in equity. But what is income? Income is increase in asset. Okay, for example, if you make sales, okay, sales itself is income, and that income result in increase in asset because when you make sales, you receive cash from your customer. Or what if the sales is on credit? You are going to record account receivable, which also is an asset to the business. That one also we have discussed under asset, where, okay, account receivable, okay, is under asset. Okay, so increase in asset that result in increase in equity, okay, meets the definition of income. All right, or decrease in liability. Okay, for example, you purchase goods on credit. Okay, you purchase goods on credit. When you purchase goods, okay, on credit, you are going to create account payable because you do not make the payment, okay, to the supplier yet. Okay, so you purchase goods on credit, you are going to record an account payable. Account payable is a liability because you have the obligation to make a repayment to the supplier in the future according to the credit term agreed and stated in the invoice. Okay, so that will create account payable, which is the liability. If let's say, for example, according to the credit term, according to the terms and conditions stated in the invoice, where if you make a payment earlier, let's say, for example, within 10 days, you are entitled to receive the discount. Okay, so that means that discount, okay, we call it purchase discount, okay, or discount received. Okay, so this will decrease the amount of your liability. So this purchase discount that you receive decrease the amount of the liability, okay, and hence increase the equity. Okay, so and hence increase the equity. So this considered as income. Okay, so this will consider as income. All right, other than those relating, meaning that other than those contribution directly that you receive from the owner of the business, which is the capital. So income is not a capital. Okay, income is not a capital. All right, income includes both revenue and gains. Revenue which arise in the course of the ordinary activities of an entity and is referred to by a variety of different names, including sales, fees, interest, dividends, royalties, and rent income, while the gain represent other items that meet the definition of income but are not the revenue, meaning that gains are not sales of fees, interest, dividend, royalties, and rent. Okay, but it is other item, but it meets the definition of income. Okay, for example, if you are selling asset above its carrying amount or above its net book value, okay, that you have recorded in your books of accounts, if you sell higher than the carrying amount, if you sell your asset higher than its carrying amount, okay, you have profit on disposal, okay, or gain on disposal. That will be also considered as income and will be recorded in the statement of profit or loss as income. Okay, while expenses is in opposite to revenue, where expense is defined as a decrease in asset or increase in liabilities that result in decrease in equity other than those relating to the distribution to holders of equity claim. Okay, decrease in asset, for example, it happens when you okay, for example, when you make a payment for utility bills. All right, you make a payment for utility bills using cash. So cash is an asset. So when we make the payment, so what happened to the amount of cash? Okay, so the amount of cash will decrease. Okay, so that explains the decrease in asset, and that utility bills will be recorded as expense in the statement of profit or loss. Okay, or increase in liabilities that result in decrease in equity. So meaning expense will result in decrease in equity compared to revenue, which result in increase in equity. Okay, these are other than those relating to the distribution. Okay, compared to revenue. Okay, revenue talk about the contribution, other than contribution. So contribution from holders are usually in the form of capital. Okay, or additional capital provided by the owner. Okay, distribution meaning that other than the distribution of profits, for example, to the owner of the business. Okay, for company, it can be in the form of dividend. So dividend is not considered as expenses. Okay, all right. So expenses consist of both losses and those expenses that arise in the course of ordinary activities. So whatever that you spend to support the day-to-day operation of the business, okay, that will be considered as expense that arise in the course of the ordinary activities. Okay, but not only that, the losses also that you have incurred, okay, other than the net loss or gross loss that you are going to calculate, it could be due to loss on disposal of asset. Okay, it could be due to loss on disposal of asset. So those will be considered as losses. Those also will be considered as expenses, and it will be put under the same category, okay, as per other expenses in the statement of profit or loss. Okay, so expenses that arise in the course of the ordinary activities of entity include cost of sale, wages, depreciation. Okay, it take the form of outflow or depletion of asset. Alright, okay, loss represent other items that meet the definition of expenses and may or may not arise in the course of ordinary activities of the entity. Okay, for example, loss on disposal of asset. Okay.